Hello everyone, it's Muriel, day 4 in her craft room, crafting yes again. So today I kind of went back to an old favorite paper pad of mine, which is the Pacific Cove by Recollection. It's an all-time favorite. It was one of those hot buys, but I've made so many things with it. I've covered picture frames, I've made cards, I've made tags, and I'm back again to make another card and a tutorial. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, the paper pad, if many of you have it in your actually it's not by Recollections, I'm sorry, it's a Craftsmith. I love this. You know, sometimes the hot buys you get and you get it and you use it and then you're ready to dismiss it, but this has been an all-time favorite. I love the distress, I love the palm trees, I just love all the geometric shapes and angles. There is one page full of these cut aparts. I mean, just a page full. And then there are other pages where you can get journaling cards and the 4x6 cards. So if you haven't seen it, I'll just flip through kind of what's left. I do have a bag of scraps, but here's that sheet I was telling you about. Look at all those cut aparts. And the colors are just beautiful. I love that pad there. There's that page. So absolutely one of my all-time favorites. So I made a card. My card is 5.5 by 5.5. Really has no theme to it. It's just kind of like if you like the beach, if you love going to the beach, this is just a card that talks about the love of the beach. Okay, 5.5 by 5.5 craft card stock. I did some layering on the inside. You can see some of the beautiful starfish paper. And then it had some barnwood paper, and then I'm just using some cream cardstock, and then using 3 of those little cut aparts. Right? No big deal. So I began with using some cream cardstock, on top of that the starfish paper, and then I cut out 2 sets of the banners, 2 different sizes, and the banners that I'm using are the fishtail banners from, I want to say, Gina Marie Dies. So they look like this, right? And, you know, I did a solid color or a blue that was in the paper. I have no more of it. And then I use this beautiful tropical flowers and leaves paper on top. I'm using one of the journaling cards that says Love the Beach. I layered it with some other, some of that orange distress paper and then some blue. And then I had in my stash, but again, like I said, I've worked with this pad a couple of years ago. Is actually from 2000. If I would lie if I 2014. So it's 4 years old. But I had one day just cut a bunch of flowers, and I cut a bunch of pieces to make embellishments. So when I ran across it this morning, I said, oh, I'm going to pull that out. So here are some of the flowers that I made with the paper. I even had some of these flowers, which this is probably the last one, because they go way, way back. Some of these orange flowers here. And then I also took some of the paper and covered it on some of those plastic acrylic pieces and made some, oh, come on out here. Made some of these, right, that I've already used. So it was a good start. It gave me a head start. The only thing I needed to do was to figure out what design we were going to use, and it came out looking like this. So my cluster of flowers over here, I happen to have had a rosette in the bag, so I used that. I had these flowers, they were all in the bag, and then I pulled out some of this trim. It kind of reminds me of the rope that you will find at the beach or on a boat. Oh my goodness. It's so top heavy it won't stand up. So this rope is from Michael's, and I was looking at the year on this pack. When Michael's, excuse me, excuse me, when Michael's Dollar Spot was $1. This is from 2012. I can see the year right here. So 6 years old. But if you have any of these, you don't ever want to throw these away. You don't ever want to de-stash these. These come in handy. So this blue and white rope is from this pack here. Okay, so they look alike. They have the velvet, they have the pom-poms, and this beautiful lace trim, which I use, and then it has some stitch trim some rickrack, and then it has the rope. So perfect. Okay, then I topped it off with some of my wooden sequins, which I absolutely love. Am trying to hoard. I only use it on beach cards that I make. I ordered these from somewhere, I cannot tell you where, at least 5 years ago. One of these online stores, I cannot tell you where. I think I watched a woman that does layouts, and she was doing some pages, and she said where she got them from, and then I immediately went on and bought them. But they look like that. I call them wooden sequins. And then that completed the card. So really cute. So I have another one to make, and I thought you guys would be interested in joining me. So let's get started. Here is my base. 5.5 by 5.5. I went ahead and finished the inside. It looks like this. Again, I'm trying to use as many of these little cutouts as possible. Okay, so we're going to layer the top. I have this sheet here, was part of that page, but there is no more. So I'm just going to, it's not blue all the way around. You can see the bottom is going to have this gold part, but that's fine because it will still blend in. So let's just go ahead and take some of this tape off. So today is a very gloomy day. I don't know what's going on, but that sun needs to show its face, and show its face quick. So let's go ahead and lay this down. Again, this card is 5.5 by 5.5, and this piece here is 1/8 of an inch less. I don't know what that number will be, but that's just what it is. So I'm going to lay this down here. Like I said, I've got that eye trained. And then I'm going to roll it with my roller. On top of that, I have this wood grain paper with a strip of the white or cream lace going across. So let's go ahead and take this off. Don't forget to join me on Sunday for Shabby Chic Sunday. I have already started with the card. I just kind of got the elements laid out. But that should be another fun, exciting video for you guys. Come on. Okay. Lay that back down there. Okay, let's go ahead and lay this down. Again, this one is 1/8 of an inch less than the blue. Oh, excuse me if I move that camera. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's roll her up. Actually, I'll go ahead and move the paper pad out the way. Because my table is so crowded, you guys. Oh my gosh. And let's get rid of these. And let's stand this up so it can be seen. Okay. So this is what we have so far. Okay. Next thing to do is to get these fishtail banners down. Now, I've already cut them. I just used some, these were all with scraps. I mean, I still have lots in the paper pad, and I had a couple of big sheets, but these were like the smaller pieces. So this is what led me to do a fishtail banner. You can see here, that page didn't make it all the way over. It's missing, but it's going to be covered up. You won't even know. So I'm going to take the tape off here, and I have a light pencil mark on my wood grain paper here, so I make sure I get this in the right spot, because it all will work out if everything is placed the way I want it to be placed. Okay, one more piece here. Okay, so let me see if I can find my pencil mark, and of course I can't, right? There it is. Okay, so I'm just going to lay this here. I want my points touching the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and place that down like that. Roll it, because I don't want anything to pop up. And then we're going to take this one here, as you can see on this card, and put it diagonal. Cross it over. Oh, I didn't put any tape on here. So what is a girl to do but reach behind her, grab some tape, grab her ATG gun. So I had a scare a couple of weeks ago, you guys. I have been going to Michael's, going to Joann's, going to Hobby Lobby, and I could not find ATG tape. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I looked, I could not find the Scotch brand tape. So while I was at the store, I called a couple of crafty friends and said, have you guys, has this been discontinued? Somebody tell me something. Well, it wasn't discontinued. They changed the packaging. And I was about ready to have a conniption fit. So anyway, they do have ATG gun because I haven't used mine in over a month. That's when I ran out. Okay, so now I'm just going to put this, you can see where it's, there's no edge on this side. So I'm going to make sure I line that up where it's covered up. And I'm going to make sure my points are touching the edge. And then I'm going to lay that down, get my rollie so it will stay. Voila. Okay, the next step, I have a card here from the paper collection that I cut out. And you can see the paper that I used is, again, that blue with that yellow in the middle, but that's okay. So we're going to peel this backing off. And I'm going to tell you guys about this mounting tape. I bought this mounting tape in 2014 when my daughter went away to college. I remember going to the bookstore, and actually it was in the summer, it was that July. And I remember going to the bookstore, and out in front was a table, and everything was 50% off with an additional 25%. So I got 8 things of mounting tape for $25. And I remember my daughter saying, oh my gosh, no one is going to get their projects done because my mother has bought all of the mounting tape. Well, you know, sometimes buying stuff that's reduced and on sale is not all that good, because this tape, as you can see, as I start to pull it, it just kind of stops, and then I have to go back in and pick up this corner, and it's just a pain in my right hip. So I'll be glad when this is all gone, because I just need, you know, I just need to lift it up, and it just needs to all come off in one little swoop, and it's not. And I'm thinking just because it's probably old, I don't know. But anyway, I did some mounting tape here. I want this kind of raised up. Look at me, the messy tutorial. Okay, and we'll get this piece here. Okay, and it just says, good gracious, West Coast Contest, Paradise Surf on the Shop. Okay, so I'm going to at least cover up this part here. I don't want that part seen. So I'm going to stand up so I can make sure that I am leveled. And I'm going to put this like right here. Okay, where's my rollie? Where's my rollie? Okay. Clean up as we go. Okay, the next step, I have some flowers, kind of different than my other one. I have some of these leaves. You've seen these leaves. I've pulled these out many a times when I do my beach pages, but they are from Recollections. They look like this. They're just called embellishment, but they're burlap. And they just look like beach, underwater, kind of what you would find underwater. Some coral leaves. So I'm going to use my fine lined glue, which I have upside down because it is just takes forever to come out of the tube. And this was upside down. Okay, and I'm just going to swing this on here in different spots. Okay, so I'm going to lay this one along this side. And then this one, same thing. Get some on the bottom. It has a paper bag backing, so that's good. Okay, and then we're going to put this one like right there, but I do want it up a little on the card. So it look like that, right? So give that a minute to set up. Let's cover this back up and turn it back upside down so that when I'm ready to use it for my sequence, it will be ready for me. Okay, the next thing I have is a couple of the cut apart the words, and we might as well get those on. I have the word escape, And I have some mounting tape on the back here that I could just peel off. And I'm going to stick that, oh goodness, I'm going to stick that right in the middle of the card where that open space is. And I like it there because it really brings out the blue. So we're going to put it like right there. There we go. And then I have another word, boat rentals, that I cut out. Same thing, I'm going to take the backing off. Next time I'll have the backing already off, I promise. Okay, we're going to take that off, and we're going to put this on the upper left hand corner, which is right here. There we go. Okay, the next thing I have is this here. I did some fussy cutting, and I'm going to put that in that corner there. So let me pull this tape off. This should be really easy because I have Stampin' Up! Dimensional tape, and those are so easy to peel off. These are the only ones I ever want to use. Every time my Stampin' Up! Lady reaches out to me, I order 4 packs. Easy. Because they're just so easy to peel off. I have some in there that it takes a village to peel the back off. It's just ridiculous. So, and this is just the edge of the pack, so that's easy to come off as well. And then there's just one more. Yes, one more. And this card is coming together. Okay, I'm just folded here. So I'm just going to line it up with that corner. There we go. I don't want to roly-poly it down. There you go. There. Okay. Now clean up, clean up. Everybody clean up. The next thing I have is a flower and some of the, I don't want to call it jute, but some of the rope. And I'm going to hot glue that right there. And then I'm going to put my flower over it, and we will say we have a completed card. So let's go ahead and hit this with some hot glue. Okay. I'm going to put this like right there. And I'm going to kind of open those up. And then I already have a sticky. Right? It's not a Stampin' Up! Sticky, and as I mentioned, it takes forever to pull it off. I don't know. It's maybe because my little stickies are old. I guess I don't know. Just takes such a hard time. And then of course, when you're using acrylic nails, that's no help either. So bear with me. It's on its way, and there it is. Okay. So here it is here, and I had made this, and I got these spidery doilies on here. So I'm just going to put this, I think I want it like that. Like that. So that it's not sitting on top of the dot. And then lastly, I'm just going to put some sequins on here, and this card is ready to go. I love this paper collection, you guys. I can't tell you enough. If you have it, make it. Try to use it this year before the summer is over. If you know someone who loves beach cards, if you, oh, excuse me, if you sent this to them, they would just die 1,000 deaths. I'm so sure. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And I told you guys I had a sequence tool, and I'm going to pull it out right now. Where is it? Because I had it. Here it is. Because this makes no sense. This is the quick stick. So I'm going to unroll that off. Oh, great. Screw this back on, and then let's just pull that off. Okay. So let's see if it really. There we go. So I think I want another one, maybe right here. And then we're going to drop that on it. There we go. See, I'm cooking with gas. Let's see here. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. So we need one right here. It's all about that triangle shape. And we'll put one over here. So I hope you like this tutorial. I'm really trying to be a lot faster with them by doing things like having the paper already taped, but it still doesn't matter. I think it's just going to take time for me to do these under 20 minutes. So let's just put this one right here. But I hope you enjoyed this card. I hope you make it. Please do leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Again, I wish I can tell you where I got those wooden sequins from, because I love sharing where I get product from in case it's something that you think you may want to add to your arsenal. So there we go, you guys. I whipped up 2 cards, 2 beach cards, we'll call them. I don't want to lay this one up yet. This one says Paradise, and this one says Love the Beach. And again, it's made with the paper pad Pacific Cove from Craftsmith. So I thank you guys for watching. Please do leave me a comment down below. I appreciate you. Bye now.